There has been some complaints about the American Pokemon game. If you don't know what I'm talking about Palworld. Palworld. Yeah, so I mean you can already see what we're dealing with right here. Yeah. So the game just came out. It just came out for Game Pass like 2 days ago. I've spent a lot of time on this game. I literally just finished a 9 hour playthrough of this fucking game. I think I played for a total of like 10 hours, 10, 11 hours. And I played a little bit on stream. Yeah, this game is addicting. And there is a lot of negative feedback, not really negative feedback, but more so of like, it's a ripoff. It's a ripoff. Like they stole pretty much everything in the game from different IPs. You can name probably like 5 IPs off the bat that they stole from. Yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. It's obviously Pokemon. I mean, come on. I refer to my pals as Pokemon. I'm not saying pal. I'm not calling them fucking pals, okay? Breath of the Wild. Do I get to choose my Pokemon right here? There was like 3 of them at the start. They don't really care about getting sued. Oh my gosh, they have the little Sheiks, whatever the fuck it's called. I only played Breath of the Wild for like 20 hours and I hopped on Baldur's Gate, so I don't really forgot what it's called. But, they got the Sheiks. And then when you go to a different area, it has the do Elden Ring. Oh, that is Breath of the Wild. Oh, that's Breath of the Wild. And in the open world, looks like a mix of Breath of the Wild and Elden Ring. You can literally tell the parts that is Elden Ring inspired. It's actually pretty fucking hilarious. Oh, this is definitely... There's no way they did not take from Breath of the Wild. There's no way. So that's 3. And then you got a little bit of Ark Survival because it's like it's a survival game. And this is like 4 games. I mean, anyway, it's just like 4 or 5 games combined together. And you got American Pokemon with guns. Pokemon with guns. You can literally blast the motherfuckers with a fucking shotgun. There is a lot of slavery too, just a little razzle dazzle in there, The 13th Amendment don't exist. It don't, but the second do. It do. At least we got one of them in there. That's good enough for me. But here's the main issues, okay? So it's look at this. So this is the sheep pal, and this is a sheep Pokemon. This is I don't know what the fuck this is, and this is a fucking Pokemon. Palworld Pokemon. Palworld Pokemon. Palworld Pokemon. Palworld Pokemon. It's all the same shit. It's so blatant. It's just hilarious how blatant like this shit is. Now they could probably escape by with the Elden Ring controversies and I can't say Breath of the Wild because the little Sheik devices, it's too obvious. But the Pokemon shit, that's even worse. That's even worse. If the Sheiks were too obvious, this is horrendous. This is really bad. But overall, the game is good. It's really good. Yeah, I would give the game, there's some annoying bugs in there with the fucking pals and shit. But overall, I would give the game like a solid 8, 10 plus hours in. It's a solid 8 for me. But here's everybody's complaints about the game, okay? Palworld feels like this year's Hogwarts, where it's selling a bunch and is embroiled in a ton of online controversy, but after a month or so, it's barely going to be a blip on the internet radar. So I think this is false, only because Palworld is a multiplayer game, so people are going to be playing this for a good second. I will say, when I literally just got off, I did kind of get somewhat bored. I'm only level 17. I'm only level 17, level 18. I still didn't get my first gun yet. So I'm still gonna be obviously, like playing the game and shit, but it is getting to that point, it's like, oh, okay, might get a little bit bored. But also I was playing single player, so There you go. And I was also building for like most of the time. I was building a new base. I'm trying to get rid of this shitty ass base that I built earlier. So that's partially why I got somewhat bored. And once again, bro says it right here. Hogwarts is a short single player game. Yeah, I beat that game in like 20 hours. And based on licensed IP comparing it to Palworld and online multiplayer, it applies. It's apples and oranges. Yeah, that's true. And yeah, Hogwarts, oh, he is right. It didn't really fall off. It's just that it's a single player game. Just like with Elden Ring, when most of the hype died down after like a month or two. It's because it's a single player game. You know, like most people that cared for the game already beat the game. And look at this, sold over 4 million copies in only about 3 days. That's good. It also shows that nobody really gives a damn that they're stealing from 5 different IPs. I wonder how this is gonna go. I'm not sure if they can sue them. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they can. I mean, in general, I don't really give a shit. I'm gonna finish my time with the game, you know, this month, you know, so as long as they can keep the game up for that long, I really don't give a damn what happens to the game. Because it is one of those games, you know. It's better with multiplayer, single player wise, you know, just do everything and then you just hop off, you know, move on to the next game. Sex update win. Ah, yes. Yes. Say at this point it might outsell Pokemon. Yeah, no, that's a stretch. You know how big Pokemon is? Even if they pump out shit games like Scarlet Violet, it's still gonna get like 20 million copies minimum sold. So, yeah, I'm not sure about that, pal. That's a shiny. My shiny is better than yours. Imagine being in Twitter Spaces bitter and complaining on a Friday night when Palworld is out. Couldn't it be me? Palworld gives us virtually everything we've always wanted from a Pokemon game and so much more. This is just a preview. Oh yes, I always wanted to snipe my Pokemon in the face with a fucking shotgun, lynch them randomly whenever I feel like it, butcher them and execute them when they've been bad. Yeah, these are things you can do in the game. Literally. Always wanted to sell my Pokemon into slavery and work the plantation fields. Yes, you can literally do that in the fucking game. It's absolutely nuts, bro. But it's also how you play the game too. Like, if you don't do that shit, you're not gonna beat the game. Because they help you build and stuff. Twitter Spaces is, oh, that's just, y'all are just doing too much. Yeah, there is a bunch of mad people that are complaining. They're like really upset that this game is pretty much ripping off Pokemon and all these other IPs. Game Freak freaking out as this game targeting both old and modern gamers like Fortnite. Yeah, I think they need this reality check. If you don't make a good Pokemon game, if you don't make it right, somebody else will. Yeah, because we've been waiting for a good a good Pokemon game for a good second. Like, I think they last year, 1 or 2 years ago, is it 2022? They pumped out 2 Pokemon games in the same year. I don't understand. There's no point in doing that. It's already bad enough that you know, games like Call of Duty do it like once a year. I think they somewhat dialed it back of like every other year. Oh, I forgot to read this. So I am the exact opposite of a Nintendo stan or a ARC wildcard stan, but seeing Palworld make tens of millions of dollars off the most blatantly creative, bankrupt, poorly put together asset flip game is so depressing. Their company strategy seems to be theft. I mean, oh fuck, it is Ark. Holy shit. I never played Ark. I was waiting for it to come out and it took too damn long, so I moved on to like Overwatch and other games. Here's my thing. But it's still a damn good game. I mean, if people are paying for it, I mean, what's the issue? I mean, they're probably gonna, I don't know if they can get sued. I have no clue. People are just so mad. I'm just like, I don't know, because Nintendo always be like, you know, Nintendo's always annoying with the copyright and shit. And like, oh, these games you can't post on YouTube. Oh, you can't have these tournaments. Oh, you can't do this. You can't do that. Da, 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 da. Yeah, so I'm not really mad. It is kind of fucked. They made it too obvious. Like, yeah, take from 5 IPs, but like, don't make it too obvious. It's theft, but it's working. It isn't even just stolen or borrowed content either. The entire game is comprised of the default assets and barely functional animations. The entire thing reeks of pump this game out and make some quick billions before it dies. And yeah, just like the day before. Oh, okay, that's true. Yeah. No, that is fair. That is fair. It's still a good game. Not even some IP purists or anything. Many of the world's games started with extreme inspiration from existing games, but they ruled and succeeded because they took that and did something with it. Tried something new, poured something additional into it. There is nothing here. You're wrong about that. It's Pokemon with guns. That's something new. That's something innovative. That's something we've been waiting for. Yap, yap, yap. I'm not gonna read all that. All right, anyways, yeah. No, I agree with everything they're saying, but I'm not getting upset about it because they made it into a good game. It'd be one thing if it was a shit game, but it's a good game. So I don't know why. I mean, I guess as a game dev, it is like, you know, it's somewhat bad in the game theory because then it's like, okay, so everybody else is just gonna straight up steal and just not really add anything to it, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, in general, I don't really give a shit. Yeah. My main thing would be like they made a lot of this shit with AI or some shit. I don't know. Palworld, huh? That's a mighty funny way to spell Starfield. So how about you uninstall that slop and where's my game? You don't own it, but you own the furry simulator. The real Palworld is in space. Open the fucking door. Oh man. Todd, no. Todd, no. Yeah, I think I still have Starfield installed. That's a good reminder. I need to uninstall it. Oh man, I feel like Nintendo's definitely gonna do something. I don't know what, but they're gonna do something, man. They're gonna do something.
This close to muting Palworld on here is genuinely disgusting how so many people apparently will draw every moral they've been defending for years as long as product promotes the idea of, well, this piece of media is bad, so therefore it's based and funny. No, it's good. And that's why we're defending it.
Especially as an artist myself, the fact people promote soulless lack of artists, Pokemon is bad is no. We're it's really just because the game is good. Of course, they have comments muted. Yeah, yeah, okay. The game is good. That's all I can say. The game is good. It is somewhat, you can tell, Breath of the Wild, you know, type of barren type of game, you know. Yeah, it may be fucked that they stole shit, but it's a good game. If Nintendo wants to sue their ass, then, you know, sue them. But I'm gonna enjoy my time on the game. Y'all can fight, holler, whatever the fuck. Just give me 1 month to enjoy the game, you know. Not even that, you know. I already got like 9 hours on that bitch in one day, so I do understand what they're saying, but I think they're just getting a little bit too heartache. Yeah, they're getting too depressed over this shit. Like, calm down. Our world looks terrible and is creatively bankrupt, but I'd hesitate to charge that it uses AI assets without proof. That said, there's still a lot of blatant plagiarism and use of asset flips to point at. So yeah, that is true. I don't really think it means that in the grand scheme of things. Palworld is closer to a shitpost rather than that is accurate. Yeah, proper than a $60 release. And on systems that don't see monster collecting games released on them, people are less scrutinizing of games that cost less too. Yeah, that is true. And also when the game is good. Yep, don't cost that much and is good. And I didn't even pay for it. I mean, I'm paying for gamepass, so I mean, somewhat, but you know. CEO said that he had a single amateur make all the designs. Oh god, so that's why. That explains a lot. Yeah, I'm aware, but I don't dislike making accusations without proper proof. He probably did use it. He probably did. This is what Palworld looks like to me. If he told me this was gameplay. Yeah. Yeah, I would too. Can't be Palworld. The cute little critter isn't toting a minigun or shackled to an assembly line until its dying breath. You know, copies. They literally stole their designs from other developers. Well, yes. Yeah. LOL, who cares? Does it affect me? They made a great game and that's it. Yep. That's my mindset. Not gonna lie. Ubisoft is doing the same many years already, but no one says something. Yeah, I mean, but anyways, that's what some Twitter users think. What do you think? Again, I'm neutral. I get both sides, but I'm also on the side of I like the game, but I'm also not really defending it. I just don't really give a shit. I like the game, and so I'm just speaking more in favor of the game because I like the game. So that's pretty much it. There's a lot of, we all know they stole from Pokemon and Breath of the Wild and, you know, Elden Ring and Ark and all these other shits. We all know that. Still a good game. And that's all we're saying. That's all we're saying. Yeah, we're saying it's bad, you know. Can Game Freak really do anything about it? I don't think they can. I mean, Nintendo will probably find a way, but you know, to sue, because they always do. But this is opening up to more people stealing shit blatantly, way more blatantly, being more bold with it. People know it's a ripoff, but they're still playing the fucking game. And there is some people who are just superly upset about it. I think the only people that really need to be superly upset about it is the CEO of Game Freak or Nintendo or Pokemon. Other than that, I mean, I don't think From Software gives a shit, to be honest. It's you can tell by the environment designs. It's a little bit of Elden Ring. I don't think Ark really gives a shit. They might. It was pretty obvious that they stolen that one picture. But I mean, in general, I would think the only company that they stole from that would do something is Nintendo. So, but I don't even know if they can. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the legal stuff. Yeah, it's a pretty solid game. I like it. I have nothing. I'm neutral on the subject with pretty much everything that's been said here, because I kind of don't give a shit. I just want to play the game. Yeah, maybe if Pokemon made a functional game that, you know, wasn't laggy, that, you know, didn't have PS2 graphics, that, you know, isn't outdated or anything, well, then maybe this game would have never been made. Maybe this would have never have happened. But it did. And you gotta deal with it. Wah, 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 wah.
Started a black man and took his shoes. Customized my AR like a Black Ops 2. Just scammed a white kid out of some Gorilla Glue. I don't wanna fuck this bitch, she smell like poo poo.